William Saliba's decision lands like a thunderclap across European football. The France international, who has been described as one of the world's most complete centre-backs, has chosen continuity over a glamorous switch, committing his future to Arsenal in a deal that secures him at the Emirates until 2030. For weeks the rumour mill spun. Real Madrid, always hunting defensive solidity, were linked. Fans imagined a Bernabeu makeover, and pundits mapped out how Madrid's defence might instantly improve. Instead, Arsenal closed the loop. This is more than a paper-signing moment. It's a strategic anchor for a club pushing to move from challengers to champions. Saliba's presence gives Arsenal a defensive spine, a consistent elite performer who reads the game, wins duels, and instills calm. For a team that has been building upward momentum, that continuity matters as much as any flashy summer sign. The financial terms that finally convinced him reportedly elevated his status among the club's top earners, a sign that Arsenal were willing to match ambition with resources to keep their core intact. That willingness to invest in retention, not just recruitment, tells you where the club's priorities lie. Stability and sustained progress rather than one-off splashes. On the other side of the equation sits Real Madrid, a club that plans in decades, not seasons, and that now must recalibrate. Having marked Saliba as a top target, Madrid's blueprint to shore up the backline has been disrupted. Sources close to both camps say Madrid were kept informed and that the conversations ended with respect, but without a transfer. That means Madrid will pivot. Earlier signals point to a sharpened focus on alternatives like Ibrahima Konate or other defensive options, and that scramble will echo through the market. When a heavyweight like Madrid changes course, other clubs feel the shockwaves. Transfer priorities shift, valuations change, and teams that had pegged themselves to Madrid's move must suddenly reassess. For Arsenal, the immediate impact is simple and powerful. They retain a player who already fits the manager's system, understands the dressing room, and can be the defensive bedrock for the seasons ahead. For the squad's chemistry and tactical planning, that removes a variable and gives Mikel Arteta and his coaching staff a reliable base from which to build attacking and defensive patterns. For fans, the emotional punch is huge. Loyalty stories sell. A top talent opting to stay at the club where he's risen and thrived reads like validation for the club's project. It dampens transfer anxieties and fuels optimism. If Arsenal can keep their best players, they can demand respect across Europe, not just in the Premier League. But this moment will also be dissected in strategic terms. Madrid will not sit still, they will accelerate alternative plans, and that competition will push up activity in the market. Clubs hunting defenders or replacements will have to respond quickly, and that haste often creates bargain opportunities for some and bidding wars for others. Looking at the wider implications, Saliba's decision changes the tactical landscape in two major ways. First, Arsenal's defensive predictability becomes a strength. Opponents must now game plan for a settled backline, knowing a composed ball-playing centre-back will be leading Arsenal's transitions. Second, Real Madrid's pivot could tilt the balance of available defensive talent, forcing a chain reaction that alters who joins whom this summer. The transfer window, already a pressure cooker, becomes even hotter as clubs shuffle and reposition. In short, this is a transfer story with immediate headlines and long-term consequences. Saliba staying gives Arsenal stability, sends Madrid back to the drawing board, and promises a summer of reactionary moves across Europe. If the ambition shown by Arsenal in tying him down is any indicator, they are not preparing just to compete. They are planning to dominate. Fans will debate whether this move is the decisive moment of Arsenal's cycle. Rivals will watch how Madrid respond, and the rest of the market will try to read the tea leaves. Whatever comes next, one thing is clear. William Saliba's choice has already altered plans, pivoted strategies, and set a new narrative for the months ahead, a transfer earthquake with aftershocks that won't fade quickly. What's your take? Was this a masterstroke by Arsenal, a missed opportunity for Madrid, or both?